Being a medical resident can be quite exhausting, but being undead, that really takes a toll.
If you hadn't been able to get a job with access to pre-killed brain supply, what would you have done to feed yourself?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 best moments from the show iZombie.
Now I'm mostly just hungry. Oh, and a zombie, so there's that.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at our favorite moments from the first 2 seasons of the TV series adaptation. Sorry, graphic novel fans, your list is eating brains in another room. Also, as most of these moments are big ones, be warned. Spoilers ahead.
We have to kill it.
Number 10. Lieutenant Suzuki is a zombie. Being relatively new to the whole zombie thing herself, at this point Liv's zombie radar isn't the best. She only knows a couple of others in all of Seattle, mainly a drug-dealing psychopath. While she doesn't ever find out, we as viewers are treated to both her and her boss going full zombie in this episode. A pretty big bombshell, all things considered. Not only does this make the whole zombie world seem a lot larger, but it leaves us with so many questions. Where has Suzuki been getting his brains from? Whose side is he really on? Just how common are zombies in Seattle?
Lieutenant, you okay?
I'm fine. Where were you?
Number 9. Death of Vaughn.
Welcome to the after party, folks.
On TV, being the boss of a large corporation generally screams bad guy. Vaughn is no exception. Over the course of the 2nd season, we discovered that this energy drink peddling fat cat is as corrupt as they come. His ambition knows no bounds, meaning that even his family is expendable.
Dad! Let me in! Dad!
But what goes around finally comes around, and we get to see his party turn into a zombie feeding frenzy, where he is devoured by his zombified daughter with some help from a few of her zombie pals. It's a deeply satisfying, ironic, and well-deserved end for this despicable character. Number 8. Liv Cures Blaine. As part of his one-man crusade, Major effectively shuts down Blaine's brain operation, only to get stabbed for his efforts. Thankfully, Liv arrives just in time to shoot Blaine and help Major.
You killed Major, didn't you?
Never one to shut up. Even after suffering a gunshot wound, Blaine taunts the one-time couple, prompting Liv to do the unthinkable: inject Blaine with one of the only 2 cures Ravi made.
It cost me money. I'll make.
Make more now, bitch.
This is a huge sacrifice considering the effort Liv and Ravi have put into making it. But in true hero fashion, she chooses to prioritize saving others by taking away Blaine's ability to make zombies out of innocent people. She might be undead, but she sure has heart.
Would we prefer that Blaine was out there making more zombies? That's why I gave him the cure.
Number 7. The death of Lowell.
So we're both zombies?
Being a zombie makes for an understandably lonely existence. But when Liv meets Lowell, becoming fast friends and even lovers, she gets to live a little. Unfortunately, their relationship hits a snag when it's revealed that Lowell gets his brains from Blaine, prompting Liv to make a drastic decision.
Blaine has to die.
At the last minute, however, she realizes that she can't take a life, only to see the meeting cost Lowell his in the process. With Lowell dead, Liv is back to being alone in a human-dominated world. It's a pretty devastating moment for Liv and the viewers alike. Number 6. Zombie Rat's Discovery. In an attempt to cure Liv, Ravi works to replicate the zombie virus on some lab rats, finally succeeding after several attempts. While developing the cure, one of the rats happens to bite Ravi, bringing up the question of whether or not he will turn.
When was that even a question?
This is a terrifying prospect for anyone. It would also seriously complicate things at work. One undead medical examiner is problematic enough. 2 would be unmanageable.
Zombieism doesn't appear able to jump across species.
Thankfully, we all got to breathe a collective sigh of relief when Ravi not only failed to turn, but in the process, learned that the virus can't be transmitted between different species.
You had more than enough on your plate. I didn't want to worry you.
Next time, worry me.
Number 5. Liv, Major, and Clive fight a Horde.
We're gonna break into Max Rager and free Drake and the other zombies in the basement.
To celebrate the sale of Max Rager to a private company, Vaughn throws a huge party. Unfortunately, some of his employees decide to mix Utopium and the Super Max energy drink. Things go to hell fast, with these zombies proving to be tougher and faster than your garden variety, forcing Liv and company to respond accordingly.
Let's rock and roll.
While she's gotten into some skirmishes before, this is the first time we really get to see Liv truly kick ass, holding her own against Clive and the zombie killer himself, Major.
How many more rounds of ammo we have left?
Not enough.
We've all seen zombie carnage before, but zombie on zombie violence? That's something special.
Clive, that was my last round.
Number 4, Peyton Finds Out.
You're my freaking heart. So, if you could step up, I'd appreciate it.
What good is a BFF if you can't confide in them? Sure, Liv's secret is a little bigger than your standard reveal, but we still can't help but feel that had she opened up to Peyton earlier, things would have gone a little smoother. When a zombie Sebastian comes a-knocking, Liv is forced to go full-on zombie and kill Sebastian right in front of Peyton. Admittedly, not the greatest way to find out your best friend is a brain eater.
Liv.
Unsurprisingly, when Liv tries to explain everything, it all proves too much for Peyton, who abandons her.
There are zombies in the world, Peyton. And I'm one of them.
Maintaining friendship is always tough. When you're a zombie, doubly so.
Peyton?
Number 3, Major becomes a zombie.
He doesn't know.
After keeping her secret from Major for ages, Liv is finally outed by zombie nemesis and perpetual thorn in her side, Blaine. Unfortunately, Major doesn't really get to react before passing out, forcing Liv to make a tough decision: let him die or infect him. She chooses the latter. When Major comes to, rather than the fairy tale reunion we were hoping for, we see him react with anger. He not only feels betrayed by Liv's lies, but by her selfish motivation for turning him.
Instead of telling me the truth, you decided it'd be easier to break my heart.
Better, not easier.
Liv is left heartbroken. All season, we just wanted her to tell him the truth, but never could have expected the reveal to play out like it did.
Whatever happens now, I hope you can forgive me. Doubt humanity is going to.
Number 2, Season 2 ending.
Hungry?
An epic battle, the death of a villain, and loss of a friend. Talk about an exciting season finale. And yet they gave us even more. Returning to the destroyed party, Liv finds Vivian and her soldiers eating brains on the stage. She reveals herself to be the buyer of Max Rager and a zombie. As if this isn't enough, we're told that she wants Liv to help turn Seattle into a city of zombies.
Someday soon, Seattle's going to be the capital of the zombie homeland, and a lot of people aren't going to want to see that happen.
Already overwhelmed by the jam-packed events of the episode, we can barely contain our anticipation to hear her answer, only to have the episode end there on a delicious cliffhanger. Well played, Rob Thomas. Well played.
So are you with us or against us?
Before we unveil our favorite zombie moment, here are a few honorable mentions.
I gave you a run for your money, didn't I? I had you on the...
Marcy. Johnny Frost was a delusion. It was always Scott E's brain leading me around.
Number 1, Liv's choice.
Mom? Oh God.
Caught in an explosion, Liv's brother is in critical condition and desperately in need of a blood transplant. Liv, as the only currently available donor, has to choose: risk turning her brother into a zombie by donating, or refuse.
Evan was a match for you. Oh, thank God you had your pronoun.
After turning Major, we were sure she'd do the same for her brother, but perhaps influenced by Major's harsh words, she decides against donating. Poor Liv, she never gets a break.
Go with the doctor. No.
Having just had her heart ripped out by Major, she now gets to deal with being despised by her family too. No one said being a zombie was easy, but does it need to be this hard? It sure makes for good TV though.
You need to leave. Right now.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.